In this video, I'm going to explain why I think the coin Jupiter, right, goes to a market cap of 30 billion, which is about $15. It's currently at almost 60 cents, so I believe it will go much higher from here, right, to a price of about $15. And I'll explain why this is actually possible in this video, because this may seem like an unreasonable target, but I'll explain why this is actually realistic in this video. So first of all, let's understand what is Jupiter for those who don't know. So Jupiter is the go-to hub for all DeFi activity on Solana, from swaps and perps to limit orders, and it's basically the backbone of trading on Solana, right? You can do swaps, you have access to new tokens, you have perps, and other things from connecting your wallet, right? So it's basically used by people on Solana to interact with all the different networks and tokens on Solana. So why would this coin do well? Let's go into the first point, which is it's a leveraged bet on Solana's growth. So I think we all know how strong Solana is, and because it's able to dominate with fast transaction speeds, low fees, and increased developer activity, right? There's a lot of new applications being built, such as Jupiter, and the protocol basically is built to benefit immensely from more people coming into crypto. And I think we also know how big Phantom Wallet has gotten. If you're not familiar with Phantom Wallet, it's the leading wallet for Solana network, and the amount of new people coming into this wallet is insane. So basically, it's a leverage bet on Solana's growth, because if people are going onto Solana, they have to use a decentralized exchange, right? A DEX aggregator on Solana. And if Solana gets more trading activity, especially with new users, the Jupe holders benefit directly, because basically you're betting on people trading on Solana, right? That's how the Jupiter token aggregates that value. And I'll explain exactly how it aggregates that value and why the actual token will go up. So basically, it's just a higher beta play on Solana. So if we see, all right, Solana go up, right? All right, today it's up 2.5%. Usually that would mean Jupiter would go up more. So today it's down, it's up less, but on average, it basically outperforms, it's higher beta to Solana. So Solana goes down, it'll go down more than Solana, but if Solana goes up, it'll go up more than Solana. So that's what I mean when I say higher beta play to Solana. But basically, we can compare it to Uniswap last cycle on Ethereum. So Ethereum last cycle did very well, right? It went to, sorry, this is this cycle. Last cycle, it went to almost 5,000, and it actually started very low, like in the hundreds, 200s, right? And one of the top performing plays on Ethereum was Uniswap on Ethereum, right? And this play did so well because it was the leading decentralized exchange on Ethereum, right? It went all the way to about $46. So typically, the biggest decentralized exchange on a chain does better than the actual chain itself, right? It's a leverage bet. So this coin actually went to a market cap of 22 billion, and Jupiter is currently at 1.53 billion. So if something similar happens to Jupiter than what happened to Uniswap last cycle, we can see much higher prices, right? And that's why I think a $15 target is actually reasonable as we see Solana growth continuing. So that's the first point. You're doing a leverage bet on Solana's growth. So if you're bullish on Solana, it makes sense to be bullish on the go-to decentralized exchange for Solana. So let's look at the next point, which kind of ties in with the previous one, which is massive upside for meme coins, right? So I think a lot of us have heard about how well meme coins have been doing. I mean, not recently, but the amount of trading activity and the amount of narrative, amount of attention that meme coins have been getting is huge. And some of the biggest meme coins are actually on Solana. And especially on the lower side, when people buy new tokens, right, the low market cap tokens, almost all of those are on Solana. So there's a lot of trading activity from meme coins on Solana. And why am I mentioning this? Well, I'm mentioning this because if people want to buy and sell these meme coins, then they're routed through Jupiter, right? They have to use Jupiter. They're likely to use Jupiter to take part in this meme coin trading narrative. And this means that Jupiter gets more volume, and volume equals relevance growth and the accrual of value to the Jupiter holders. I'll also explain later on about token buybacks that the team is actually doing on fees, which is a huge point. But the simple way to think about it is as long as the meme coin casino on Solana keeps running and keeps spinning, Jupiter is the house. So by owning Jupiter token, you don't necessarily have to bet on the right meme coins to do well. All you have to do is bet on the idea that people will trade meme coins. And as more retail comes into the space and as the amount of wallets increase, it only makes sense that a lot of people will continue to be drawn into meme coins, and meme coins there'll always be a market for high speculation in crypto, and it's difficult to partake in that and successfully trade through that. But if you own Jupiter, you're basically betting on that continuing to happen, and you'll benefit from that happening. So a huge thing the team is doing, the Jupiter team is doing, is they're doing token buybacks. So the team has confirmed that they're going to do token buybacks, meaning that the protocol revenue they get from the fees that they generate through trading activity, right, they're going to be used to buy back their own token, right? They're going to be used to buy back Jupiter token. And this means that the business actually has sustainability, right? Because they're able to buy back their own token, it means that they're profitable and they have excess money and profit left over. And this means that they actually value their own token. But basically, in the long term, buybacks will basically create support when it comes to price, and they'll create buying pressure and scarcity as the Jupiter team continues to collect more tokens. The amount of tokens remaining will go down, and that will mean the price will go up, right? And then finally, I have to talk about the team at Jupiter and how it's led by Meow, which is one of the most transparent and long-term focused people I've seen in the space. It's kind of hard to explain exactly why I think these things. I've watched a lot of his podcasts and a lot of things he's said, and that's the way he comes across to me. Right, so this is just my opinion. Obviously, you can do what you want, but overall, right, Meow is one of the most respected builders and one of the most long-term focused people who really cares about what the community has to say. Right, he's not only building an application that is used by a ton of people on Jupiter, but he's also constantly looking for community support and community advice. So here he's looking at giving a feedback form and taking on the feedback from the community. He's always trying to make improvements and listens to what people have to say to make the product better. The team is also very fast. They communicate well. They deliver a lot. They constantly have new updates. Like I actually haven't looked at this before, but I bet if you go on the website, they'll talk on the X, they'll talk about something they rolled out recently. Right, let's see. Right here, perps keep getting better, smarter, smoother, and more flexible. Here's what's new. And then they added some new updates to the perps on Jupiter. So they're constantly innovating, they're constantly doing new things, and this allows them to continue to gain users and retain users. And basically, they're basically building long term, so they're not really trying to create hype around their their product, but they're just building well and waiting for the dust to settle and trying to be one of these projects that have a long-term focus and are really leading the Solana infrastructure, like, 5, 10 years down the road, right? They're in it for the long term. And so now we've gone through the main points and understanding why Jupiter is likely going to do well this cycle. So what should you do right now? That's the question. So when we look at the chart, sorry, wrong chart. We can see that it's down quite a bit from the all-time highs. I mean, it went to almost $2, and now it's down at some of these support levels from all the way from February 2024. So I actually think it's a really good time to buy now, right? These prices I think are extremely cheap and very, very good to be entering at, right? It only makes sense that the price is down this much because Solana has not been performing too well. And as we discussed earlier, Jupiter is a leverage bet on Solana. But yeah, I would definitely recommend buying here. Obviously, this is not financial advice. You can do what you want. But when I see a coin down 70% that is as strong as Jupiter, I think it's definitely a good time to be buying. So thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.